Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Connecting the World show, and I'm your host, Muniem Rizvi. Tonight, we had a guest from UK. Her name is Olga Geidane. Olga, she's an award-winning mindset coach and international speaker and a live show host. She's based in the UK, and she's doing a lot of working, and she's also nominated as the world. She's nominated as a professional speaking association in the Yorkshire region for the next year coming 2021, and she's doing a mindset transformation at the live events and remotely. She's doing also one-to-one sessions with a lot of people and helping them to grow. Without any wasting of time, I'm going to invite my guest, Miss Olga Geidane. Hello, Olga. How are you?
Hello, I'm so good. Thank you so much. And how are you?
I'm fine, fantastic. Thank you so much for taking out your from precious time, and you are here on my show.
It is my pleasure, Muniem. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. It is my honor to serve your community and to help your followers to actually improve their mindset. So thank you for invitation.
Thank you so much, Olga. Okay, Olga. Without any wasting of time, we are going to start our session, and this session it should be something important for people who want to change their mindset.
Sure.
So, first of all, I would love to know more about you. Who is Miss Olga? Kindly introduce yourself, as I already told them. But if you tell them by your own, so it would be a better for us. So, kindly introduce yourself and tell something interesting, which I or my followers don't know more about you.
Oh, something interesting you say. All right. Okay. So my name is Olga Geidane and I'm a mindset coach and a speaker. But this girl you see now is not the girl who was there before. Lack of confidence, being bullied, being suicidal, not wanting to live your own life, not knowing where to go, moving to the completely different country 11 years ago without any English, without any money, with a 2.5-year-old child, being divorced at the age when everybody's getting married, being judged for this, that, and everything else. That was me, right? That was me who was not capable to live your own life. And now, fast forward so many years later, traveling around the world, inspiring people, working with people internationally, not just nationally, but internationally. And when COVID-19 hit me, like everybody else, my business didn't go down, it only went up. Because for years I was working with online systems and technologies. So more and more people reached out to me and said, Olga, you know what? Right now is the best time I can work with you across the globe. So I am the real example of person how far you can go with the power of your own mindset and how much you can change your life when everything and everybody, including your fiance, whom I was engaged to, was telling you, you can't make it, you can't do it. So I guess these are the few things which people probably didn't know based on the introduction which you gave me. But yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much, Olga. You tell us about yourself. Okay, now let's talk about mindset. How you become the mindset coach, and what is exactly the mindset coaching?
So mindset coaching, it's something what actually helps people to reinvent yourself. Why it is important to reinvent people, why it is important to focus on changing themselves, because people get programmed. Okay, we are born and we are born like a sponge. We're so naive, we're so clean, we're so transparent. We can learn any language, we can learn any behavior, we can learn any paradigm. What I mean by paradigm, I mean that your parents are telling you how to live life by their example. And then your grandparents are telling you how to live life by their example. You watch them, you observe them, and you absorb all of that within yourself. So what is mindset coaching? Mindset coaching is looking into who did you become as a result of all that programming, and it's helping you to remove everything in order for you to become who you want to be. Very often people come to me at the age of 40, 50, and even 60. My oldest client was 73, who came to me and who said, Olga, I never lived my own life. I lived life of my partners and I was who they wanted me to be. I lived life of my mom and dad, who they wanted me to be, but I never lived my own life. So mindset coaching is helping you to live your own life. First of all, by finding what actually is your own life. And how did I become as a mindset coach? It was a journey. It was a journey from, I would say, all the way down to the age when I was 13, when I was bullied a lot at school, when I was suicidal, when I didn't want to leave, and I didn't realize why, right? I wasn't able to comprehend why people dislike me so much. So I went into psychology. And instead of watching cartoons and whatever operas, whatever soap movies on the television, I was reading books, books after books. Back then, we haven't had YouTube. Right now, everybody is lucky. Everybody is lucky. When you wake up in the morning, type motivational video on YouTube. When you go to sleep, type maybe affirmations to sleep. And you can learn so much from YouTube. Back then, I had to learn from books. I was taking books from libraries. I was rewriting them in my notebook because I wanted to keep all the wisdom. And I became so passionate about understanding how we operate and how we build our own life that I was learning more and more and more and more. And I went into counseling, I went into therapy. Then I moved to UK, started building my own business without speaking any language, not telling me what you should do. But then I started going to seminars because I realized I need some business knowledge, right? I never ran business before. I need some business knowledge. I went all the way to Florida to see Tony Robbins. I had to take a loan from my bank to pay for my ticket and my accommodation. I had no money when I landed in Florida. I went to learn from Tony Robbins how to run business, and then I found out about coaching. So what I learned, you should follow your heart and your intuition. When I was taking that loan, I did not speak English very well still, even though it was some time after I landed in UK. I haven't had money, but I trusted my intuition. Then I found out about life coaching in Florida, qualified as a life coach, started working as a life coach, and then I realized that actually it's not just the life. It's not life what we need to work on. It's also our career. It's also our relationship. And who we are in our life, we're going to appear the same way in our relationships. We're going to appear the same way in our work. So I realized it's actually a lot deeper. It is all about mindset. And that's why I started working with a mindset. And that's why I now call myself as a mindset coach. Because whether it is your business or your relationship, or it is your private life, it is all about your mindset here. If you have success mindset, you will be successful. If you have a failure mindset, you will be not successful. I hope it answers the question.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, now I'm going to ask how to reinvent ourselves, or you reinvent yourself.
How to reinvent yourself. First of all, by knowing who you are, right? It's like if right now I want to travel all the way from where I am now, all the way to, let's say, Pakistan, I need to know where I am. My GPS navigation need to know where I am. So I always say, if you want to change yourself, if you want to reinvent yourself, start looking, observing yourself. Who do you think you are right now? Literally, what do you do for a living? What's your relationship is like? What your spirituality or your religious relationship is like, right? What is your social circle like? You are the average of 5 people who are in your life, right? What is your relationship with yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you respect yourself? What is your career like? What is your health like? So we do with my clients this really deep analysis of who they are right now. And then we see who they would like to be. But the interesting part, usually when people come to me, not always they know who they want to be. And the reason why, because parents and teachers and classmates and spouses and everybody else are day by day polishing us the way they want us to be for them. So we lose our sense of who we want to be. So what I do with people, I help them to find that inner light within themselves, who actually they always wanted to be. What actually are they so passionate about? What actually they could do no matter what. And then we see who is that person. And then we close the gap. right? Now we know who you are right now and where you are right now in your life. And now we know where you would like to be. And now we're closing the gap. So this is how we do the reinvention of yourself, because after this, it's just a matter of repetition and kind of mastering who you are as a new person, right? Maintaining that new person by the right attitude, by the right behavior, right? When you do the right attitude, when you do the right behavior every day, you're going to become that new person. But just sitting on a sofa and saying, I want to be X with that person, not going to get you anywhere.
Okay. One thing more, like a lot of people came to you and still coming to you for different kind of reason. So what do you think? What is the best age if a mindset coach should work with the age between like for example, I'm just sending you example from 20 to 25-year age. He should work with every person, either he or she has problem or not.
I would say the perfect age is now. That's it.
Perfect ages.
Now, whatever your age is, the perfect age for you to work on your mindset is now. The older you become, the more relationship you will have, the more nonsense you will believe in, the more situations at work you will come across. Health will become worse. Okay, with the age, health doesn't become better, it becomes worse, right? So everything changes and you will have more things to work on. So I would say, as soon as you think, I really would like to understand myself better, or I would like to know who am I, or I feel I'm not really fulfilled in my life, or I feel I'm not really happy in my life. I would say, as soon as you have these thoughts, straight away work with somebody who can help you to unleash the inner power of yourself. Because for longer you delay, many more years you're wasting, right? It's like, when should you start losing weight? Straight away as you realize you have been having extra weight, right? Do you really have to wait until you are 3 size bigger? No. You realized you put on weight and you start losing weight because you realized you already put on weight. And the same here. As soon as you realize something is not right, you go and you work with somebody.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want to know one thing more about like one of the person asked you a question. I don't know either it's from your field or not. He says, uh, I want to ask a question. What should a career-oriented look for in a job? If someone has two opportunities, what should be his priority for choosing from both options?
Wonderful question. Thank you so very much for asking that. I must say, here we need to remember we spend so much time at work. So if you go to work which you hate, how much pleasure will you have? Right? So start with, am I passionate about this? Will I enjoy this work? Right? Will I be really waking up in the morning and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have another tremendous day at work? Or will you be waking up thinking, oh, it's Monday? Right? Because when there's that lousy attitude, you're gonna have lousy life. After spending lousy day at work, you're gonna have a lousy evening with your family, right? So first of all, what are you most passionate about? Which job will give you more joy and pleasure? Second of all, right? Can you grow there? When you don't grow, you die. Okay. When your cells don't get challenged, unfortunately, they get degraded, right? Just like with a tree, if it doesn't grow, it dies, right? So, will you have opportunity to grow within maybe new learnings, maybe the career growth, maybe something else, right? Because you got to make sure you grow all the time. Okay. Third thing, will it fulfill your human needs? Okay. Those who haven't heard of human needs, they can type Tony Robbins' 6 human needs, right? What it's all about. In a nutshell, there's 6 human needs: variety, certainty, love and connection, significance, contribution, and growth, right? We all have 1, 2, and 3 really important needs. For example, for me, it is variety. I need variety in life, right? I also need that significance. That's why I do mindset coaching, right? Because I know I am helping people to transform their lives. When I was doing modeling before, I wasn't fulfilled. I was feeling great, but I wasn't fulfilled. At least I learned how to use camera. That was good, right? But you can fulfill your need at some point, but not all of it. And that's why knowing what's important to you will help you to understand what job to choose. And the third need for me is growth. I need to grow. If I don't grow, I feel hungry, right? So if you type 6 Human Needs by Tony Robbins, you'll be able to learn what are your human needs, and you will see which ones will be met at one of these jobs. And I always say, go for that which will fulfill you more, right? There's nothing worse than doing a job which probably pays you more, but you really hate it, because then you're gonna put really, really negative emotions into your family. And of course, one more thing to remember, that nothing in life is permanent, right? Even if it is a job choice between very well paid, but I don't enjoy it, and then a job which I will enjoy, but not really well paid. If for the time being you need to choose a job which will pay you more because you have to have it, in that case, make the choice. Because sometimes you have to do something in order to get out of a situation, but seek a job which will fulfill you. So I hope that answers the question.
Exactly. Okay, now I have a question. Like a lot of people, I already when we were talking backside the stage before the live, like a lot of people face this kind of situation, and maybe some people came to you. I have a question in my mind, so I'm going to ask you. Like, if someone has started his business and he had put a lot of money in it, and through some kind of situation, he didn't successful in this business, and now he's not getting out of from that he bear the loss. He not exactly bear the loss, but also he's on the situation like everything he's thinking and he's watching, he's thinking negative. So how can he eliminate a negativity from his mind? How
Beautiful.
a mindset coach can help him or help her?
That's a beautiful question. Something what so many people face right now. So I'm really happy and thankful you asked this question. So first of all, when you are in a situation like yours, or it could be somebody else's really bad health, or it could be somebody else's bad relationships, because situations are different, right? When you're in this situation, all your mindset is focusing on is this situation. The more you think about this, the more negative you become. And then you think about this, the more you speak to your friends, the more negative you become, right? So the more you do focus on this situation, the worse it becomes. Start switching your mind from what it is right now to how you would like it to be. I know it's challenging. I know it's not just like that. It's easy to click fingers, but it doesn't work that way, right? But the way you can start with is, what have I learned? Okay, what are my powerful lessons from these situations? Okay, what have I learned? What can I apply in the future, right? Because whatever you learn now, you can prevent in the future, right? So this is how you can start changing your mind from focusing on how bad everything is to what actually are positive outcomes. What have I learned, right? Again, in life, everything is temporary, right? Your situation is temporary. Nothing is permanent in life, okay? So your situation will improve, just a matter of time. So first thing, what have I learned, okay? What can I prevent next time when it happens? So it comes from your learnings. Second thing, how I would like things to be, okay? So let's say if it is you right now, you cannot really do anything about restaurant because right now this COVID-19 situation, people cannot go in. Well, could you pivot your business? Could you make a change to your business and maybe do home deliveries? Or maybe you could do something else. Could you use premises for something else, right? Could you maybe rent out the premises for people who will come maybe on hourly or 2 hourly basis, and they will use it for filming, and you can rent them for them, right? And then somebody does the cleaning between this time, right? How else can you change the situation? How else can you use this time, right? Could you maybe cook in the kitchen, even if it is just yourself, and do these cooking classes and open your own cooking school, right? During this COVID-19 time, many people change so many things in their lives and businesses that honestly, unless you sit on a sofa and you cry in a corner, you're not going to change anything. right? So start brainstorming. Get together with 5 other people and build a mastermind. A mastermind is where 5 or maybe 6, maybe 4 people, 4 to 6 is ideal number, get together and they brainstorm about what can we do better, right? How can we achieve our goal? And together, or maybe on a Zoom if you can't meet still, because the situation is different during the lockdown situation in the world. But together, you can brainstorm about your situation and also other people's situations, right? So think, how can you use your premises differently? Okay, you cannot make money from selling food to your clients in the restaurant, but you have premises which you can use, right? It could be model shooting, it could be cooking classes, it could be anything else. As I said, sit down with 5 other people and brainstorm. Okay. And the third thing to ask yourself is, am I really passionate about running this business? Right? Did I really go into the right business? Very often we go into the business because somebody tells that's a good business to do. Right now, the best
Exactly.
business to do is to sell face masks. Right now, the best business to do is to sell toilet paper. Am I running to do that business? No, because hold on, I'm not passionate about masks or toilet paper, right? But ask yourself a question. Am I really in the right business? Maybe life has given me opportunity to step back before I made huge mistakes, right? And look at my business and understand that's not really what I want to do. You'll be surprised how many speakers and coaches came to me during this time saying, Olga, COVID-19 time made me to reflect. Am I really passionate about what I do? We had to pivot their business. We had to completely change what they were doing because they found out themselves not being passionate about what they do. So maybe this is the blessing in the sky for you to face this situation, right? So if you do these 3 steps, I'm sure you'll be able somehow to find your way out. And of course, once situation is back to normal, if you're passionate about what you do, and also if other people helped you to pivot your business together and you extracted all the lessons, oh my God, you will take your business to the next level.
Exactly. Okay, now one thing more I need to ask, and these questions were too much highly rated during the lockdown. Like a lot of people don't know which field they should choose. Like if I'm talking about the student, we are not going other than if someone has just passed the high school and he or she want to join the university for the profession degree, they don't know which degree suits them. They have done a 4 years bachelor's after high school and in the university, and then they realize they are not made for IT sector, or they are not made for business sector, or they are not made for engineering sector, and then they thought, oh, what we did. So after wasting 4 years, they realize that they are not from that field. So how we can help those students or those people who don't know which field suits them, which field is better for them? How you or any mindset coach or any teacher can help?
Welcome to my world, those who found themselves not being really passionate about what they were studying. That's exactly what happened to me when I finished my bachelor degree in logistics and transportation. I thought that would be super exciting, and I found out no, it's so super boring for me, right? So it happens. It really happens. Let me tell you this phrase. You right now have everything you need in order to be who you're meant to be. I'll repeat again. Right now, you have everything within yourself in order to become who you're meant to be. What does it mean? Look at what you're best at. Literally, what are you best at? What you're really good at? What people tell you that you're so good at, and you think, that's not a big deal. Yeah, just do it because I can. Boom! That means you're really good at that. That means this is your unique talent. Okay? Second thing, what did you want to be since you were little? When you were a little child, a boy or girl, and you were playing someone in sandpit, you were playing with your friends, Who did you want to be? Who did you want to become? Right? It might be not as straightforward, but start thinking. In my example, I remember that I was a little girl and I don't know what I was doing, but I was somehow presenting in my own vocabulary now. Back then, I didn't know even how to call it. So I call it teaching because I didn't know what presenting is, right? So I was presenting in front of my toys, my soft toys, my dolls, and they were in front of me. My mom comes into my bedroom and I'm here presenting and waving my hands like I do now, right? She says, Olga, what are you doing? I said, Mom, I'm teaching because at that moment I didn't know what it means presenting. She says, Olga, you don't want to be a teacher. No, 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 no. If you will be a teacher, you will have nasty children with you every day. You don't want to be a teacher. And I was like, I don't even want to be a teacher. She's like, what do you do? I said, I don't know. I couldn't verbalize that. I couldn't because the word speaker and coach was not in my vocabulary back then. Now I know I was presenting, right? But back then I didn't. So think, who did you want to be when you were little, right? I guarantee you anything. Naturally, you were playing with one thing more than another. Naturally, you were pretending to be one character than another. You as a child were so aligned with your life mission and your life passion because children, they're so open. Children, they're so wise, and we adults, we close their passion, we close what they want to be because we think we are so super smart, and we tell them, no, 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 you don't want to be policeman, you don't want to be a teacher, you don't want to be XYZ, right? So go back to your childhood or ask your parents and ask, Mom and Dad, who do you think I was playing most as a character? Who do you think I wanted to become? Do you remember who I wanted to become? Right? So now connect. What are you really good at? And who did you want to become? Right? And the third thing, what could you do forever? What is the thing you could do forever? Like no matter what, you're getting paid or you're not getting paid, what could you do forever because you really love it, right? And sometimes, I kid you not, sometimes there are three different things which come up. In that case, sit down and brainstorm with somebody. That's why coaching is so powerful because we do it together with my clients. For example, one client of mine, she was so passionate about saving turtles in Australia. She went to Australia, she was working with turtles, she was clearing the sea and everything else. She got really passionate about this, right? But also her other passion is helping children with timetables. And she was like, Olga, I don't know what to do. These are two different passions. I have no clue which one to pick first. And we came up with the grand idea, why she cannot go to schools, for example, do a talk about recycling, do a talk about how to save turtles in the world, and to sell her, because she had water bottles which were recyclable and stuff like that, right? So she can go to schools, do inspirational talk on how to save turtles, show the videos so kids can be inspired to recycle more in the world. And also in the same school, after that, she can run a course of CVS on timetables for children. That's it. With one call, with one go to school, she can hit two passions, right? If she is booked for speaking, she can always offer her timetables teachings. If she's booked for timetable teachings, she can always say, by the way, I also do inspirational talks on saving turtles. Would you like me to give a talk at your school? Right? I have these gifts, I have that gifts, and I can tell you more about this, right? So this is how sometimes you will have 3 different things, 4 different things, 5 different things. All you have to do to sit down and think how they could be connected. For example, in my case, my coaching leads me to speaking. Through my coaching, when I coach my clients, very often they refer me to clients who want to book me to speak because they heard somebody needs a speaker who can educate and motivate and inspire at the same time. And very often when I speak at interviews like these, at podcasts, and also at events, doing presentations or workshops, people come to me and they say, Olga, I would like to work with you. You inspired me. I resonated with your journey. What you said about that client really spoke to my heart. I would like to work with you. So can you see how my coaching and speaking, they feed each other. So the same could be in your case. Just listen to your heart, what you're passionate about, connect with what you're good at, and what you always wanted to be. Connect them all.
Thank you so much for your detailed answer. Now let's talk about your YouTube channel as you are doing the podcast show. What about that show? Can you tell us about that show so we can know more about it? If someone want to join that show, how he or she can join that show?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for asking. Yes, that YouTube channel show actually, it was something what I simply listened to my intuition. When lockdown started, I decided to go on Facebook Lives and simply share some 10 minutes, maybe 15, of inspiration to uplift people. And people came up with this term as, Olga, we get Olgarized by you. When we listen to you, we get Olgarized because you're full of energy and we get so much inspiration for you. We want more of Olgarizing. And I thought, okay, I'll do this show. And then eventually I was doing this on daily basis and I got bored of myself because there's only so much I can talk to myself because I love interaction. I love questions. I love helping. I love answering, right? So I thought, okay, now we're going to start bringing people to my show, people who already succeeded at something so they can inspire my audience even more. And I had some really big celebrities at my show. For example, John Gray, who was the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He loved my show so much he came back 3 times. I had global speakers. One of my favorite speakers, Brad Sugars, also came to my show. He is a founder of Action Coach and he has businesses across 80 countries. He also was at my show, right? So many other people came to my show. They loved the show. And I was thinking when we went towards the end of lockdown, I was thinking, do I slow down? Do I cancel? Do I carry on? Did my market research, asked the people, they said, no, we love your show. Don't cancel that. We want because we love it. Because there's nothing scripted. Guests who come to my show, they are nominated, right? They're either nominated or I personally invite them. Not everybody can come to my show. It is a very exclusive show. Right now, it goes across 4 platforms. People love it, people listen to it, people share it. And what is the most amazing thing? People get inspired by that. And so far, I received messages, people starting their own YouTube channels, people starting businesses on the back of this show, people were buying books at this show, people were signing up for courses and seminars at this show. So far, it was so transformational that, sometimes I was having these days thinking, maybe it was enough. Maybe I should slow down. And what's interesting, same evening, I would receive a message from somebody saying, Olga, your show is my show to go to every day. If not your show, I don't know how I would go through lockdown. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not time to close the show yet. So it's getting bigger, it's getting louder, it gets more and more attention. Right now, I'm booked up until January. It is going absolutely
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Yes, it is really busy. So yes, people can find it on YouTube. It is just my name, Olga Geidane. My channel is very easy to find. Subscribe to my show because there's so many absolute phenomenal minds of this world came to my show. And also I went live on my own as well sometimes to reflect and give more value as well. So please make sure you do subscribe and you share with other people because so far it really transformed so many lives.
Okay. And one more last question I want to ask, and you already did a show on that. That what do you think about the love at the first sight?
Can you say it again, please?
What do you think about love at the first sight? You already did a
Love
show
at
on
first
that topic.
sight. Oh yes, love at the first sight. Yeah, that's a beautiful question. I must say, what is love? Love is something when you have a baby, they give it to you when you give a birth as a woman or as a father, you hold your baby and you look at them and you realize this little blue tiny thing is something what I so love. I don't even know what you love, but it's blue. It's not even capable to move or say anything or you respond anyhow. It's still blue because it's just newborn, but you love it so much and you love it unconditionally, right? So love is something when you connect with somebody on a completely surreal level and you want to give so much to that person. So love at the first sight exists. But what happens very often, because of the hurts, because of their previous experiences, because of the guards and barriers which we build up around ourselves, we don't allow ourselves to give all of that to other person. But now let's imagine if only, for example, you and your wife, or you and your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, if you from today will start giving 100% to each other, to how high a level of love you will go. So now let's go back to love at the first sight. What if two people meet and they decide for that day that, you know what? I know I had my hurts. I know I had my pain points. I know I was sad before, and I was cheated before, and I was lied before, and I was used before. But next person comes into my life, I want to give 100%. And what happens? The natural law of reciprocation will actually move you to give 100% to other person as well. So this one, love at first sight, happens when two people are pure and they decide to give 100% to each other. But when one of you is saying, I'm not sure, I was hurt before, you have to prove to me, I have to make sure, unfortunately, you delay the process of that first of love, that love at the first sight. So I hope that
Exactly.
answers the question.
Thank you so much, Olga. You gave your precious time to my show, and it was such a wonderful session with you. Enjoyed a lot, learned a lot. In the end, I would love to know. I will ask you that kindly give us some positive message, so we should end our show on the positive note.
Absolutely. The message I would like to give you today is, remember that you and only you are in charge of your own destiny. What you're thinking right this minute, okay, right after this show, will impact your tomorrow. So be careful and mindful of your thoughts. Make sure that you create your tomorrow within your own mindset. You are in charge of your own life.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Miss Olga, for your precious time and wonderful session. Take care. We have to end our show here. Take care. Bye bye. Good night from Pakistan.